G'day Argy Bargy crew, hope you're having a fantastic day today and your family's happy and healthy. Just a quick heads up before we get into the video. Just letting you know that don't forget I've got a Patreon page up now. So if you're interested in having a look at that, there'll be a link to it down in the description below. Let's take a look at the new rendering feature in ETS2 1.50 update beta and see exactly what it offers. Now, I've found that through testing, the best setting or best setup for my rig. Now, it may be different to whatever you use, but again, I recommend that you do this very similar testing that I've done. Find out what is the best settings for your system. So what we're going to do first off is I'll show you where you get to these graphics settings in your options. So you just simply go to graphics. Down here under scaling, you'll have anti-aliasing, TAA tuning, TAA lumina sharpening. And they're the four main settings you're worried about. I've found that to get the best setting, you want your scaling at least 300%. But again, this is just for my setup. It may be different with yours. You may be able to get it just the way you want at 100%. But I've found that 300% is the sweet spot. Then under your anti-aliasing, this is where the settings are. So you've got all these different settings to choose from: SMAA low, medium, high, and ultra. Then you have TAA. Then you have SMAA plus TAA. For now, we're going to leave it disabled so you can have a look at what it looks like in the default configuration for the game. So in other words, the base graphics that the game comes with before you add any of the settings. So we'll jump out. I'll pick the street where you can see the strobing that you get when you're driving along. Now, if you watch when we go down the street, you'll have a look at these light poles on the left and the right. You'll see that they will be strobing like crazy. You can see now with that truck going off in the distance that the back end is strobing like mad. So when I get going, which I'll start now and describe it as I drive along, and hopefully don't get run into by anything coming around the roundabout. Right, now if you look at the light poles, you can see them strobing. You look at the buildings and the fences off to the right and left, you'll see that they're strobing like crazy. The lines in the car park on the right, they're strobing. So they look terrible. So everything around here is now strobing because this is the default setting that you get with ETS2. Okay, so you can see now, if you look around, you can see that nearly everything is strobing. I hope that the videos bring it up so you can see exactly what I mean. But looking at those light poles and the fences, you can see they're strobing. We'll go down here a little bit further and turn around, come back one more time so you can see exactly how bad it is. Just turn around here. Hopefully nothing behind me. Nope, we're good. Okay, as you can see, it's strobing like crazy. Light poles, buildings, fences, everything. Alright, so we'll go back up here to the roundabout and start again, and we'll alter some of the settings so you can see how it improves it, or if you agree with me that it improves the graphics. So we'll just go up here a bit further, turn around and start again. Alright, so like I say, pretty obvious the strobing, right? Get in gear. Alright, didn't want to go into gear. Alright, so we'll just park up here again. And as you can see, it's strobing pretty bad down there. We'll change some settings. Well, what we'll do first, I'll show you the settings that I've chosen through testing. So I went with SMAA AA combined. They're always soft, and the sharpening to 2. Sounds weird, but that's the best setting I've found. So we'll go and take a look at that, and you tell me if you can see the difference. Okay, so now if you look down the street there is very little shimmering going on. flickering. So now, from second up to seventh, it doesn't work that way. So now if you have a look, there is still a little amount of shimmering going on in the distance, but nowhere near as much as what there was. As you can see, the image is quite sharp. If you jump outside now, very little bit of shimmering going on in the distance. And again, I hope the video is showing this so you can see exactly what I mean. You never get rid of it completely. Unfortunately, that's just the way graphics are on computers, because they're made up of squares and whatnot and triangles, so they're always going to have sharp edges, and therefore you're going to get shimmering to a certain degree no matter what, but at least you can try to eliminate as much of it as possible. But as you can see now, there's very little shimmering or flickering going on. And like I say, for my system, I found that that is the best setting. And what we'll do is we'll go back up here again. In fact, I'll just stop here now that you've seen it, and we'll change one of the settings so you can see the difference. So what we'll do is we'll go here and we'll just put on SMAA low. Now that grays out the tuning and the sharpening, because SMAA doesn't use either of those. So therefore it's just SMAA low that we use, plus the 300%. And I'll show you what that looks like. Actually, look at that. It doesn't look too bad. Oh, no, once you get going, yeah, okay. Once you start moving, you can see that the shimmering's back. It's not as bad, but it's still there. Pay particular attention to the curbs on the side of the road. The light poles, when I turn around, you'll see it a bit more. Turn around up here. Alright, so this is on SMAA low, and yeah, if you have a look, you can see there's quite a bit of shimmering going on in the background and in the lines over on the car park here, so it's really not good. Alright, so now what we'll do is we'll change to the next setting, which is medium. And you'll see hopefully a slight improvement. Okay, yeah, there is a slight improvement, but there's still quite a bit of flickering going on. I'll turn around down here, drive back up, and you'll see what I mean. Plus the image isn't quite as clear as when I use my settings. And I'll also ask your opinion, because using TAA by itself and SMA and TAA is very close in the results you get. I'd like to find out what you think, so we'll compare them after this one. So as you can see, there's quite a bit of shimmering going on. Alright, so now let's go with just the TAA. We'll skip the I and the Ultra, because they just gradually improve, but not to the point that I got it with using SMAA and TAA together. But we'll try just TAA on its own and see how that looks. Now you tell me what you think. Okay, so this is TAA on its own. Once I get in gear. There's a little bit of shimmering going on. Image is quite clear. actually quite good. Like I say, it's really a hard decision for me to make whether or not the TAA or the SMAA and TAA are better. Which one is better? Like I say, we'll go for a drive down here with just the TAA. Ask your opinion whether or not you think it's better than the SMAA and TAA together. So pay attention. Looking at the power poles, the light poles, any shimmering that you see. The car park seems okay. There's still a little bit there. Alright, still a little bit off in the distance on the light poles. Alright, getting the idea. I'll turn around down here, go for one more pass so you can get a good idea about it. And again, like I say, let me know in the comments below which one you think is better, because I'll do the SMAA and TAA after this one. Alright, so having a look at the shimmering or flickering. Keep your eyes on the poles and the fences. And once I get up here, I'll do the setting that I finally decided on. But like I say, I'm really starting to think that maybe the TAA on its own is better. But we'll see what you guys think. Alright, so now you got an idea of that. So what I'll do now is I'll change to the setting that I've decided on, which is this one here. And you tell me if you think it's better than TAA or if you think TAA on its own is better. Here we go. So this is SMAA and TAA together now. I mean, now that I'm looking at it, I still do think it's better, but I want your opinion. Because I've been doing it so much, my eyes aren't fresh enough. Anyway, what do you think? From inside, from outside, still a bit of flickering in the car park. Still a little bit of flickering on the power poles or the light poles. Back in the truck, in the cabin. And we'll go for a quick lap back up, and like I say, leave your comments below and let me know what you think is better, this one or TAA, the one before it. Okay, so this is SMAA and TAA combined that you're looking at now. Is this better or worse than the one that we did before? The main thing to take away from this is, number one, that the graphics are way better using this feature. End of story. Whichever setting you decide on, it is just so much better. Clearer, less flickering. It just adds to the immersion, more realistic graphics. So there you go. Hopefully that explained how to set this up and show a little bit of what the feature provides. And just remember, it is a work in progress, so they'll be improving as they go along, because this is the beta test for the update, so it is not the final product. And like I say, it will either be improved or altered slightly as they do a bit more testing on it and get more feedback. Anyway, hopefully that explained it a bit better. And if you did like the video, please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, share it with your friends, and yeah, hopefully if you did enjoy it, we'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.